So this Wi-Fi file holds all the templates for all the Wi-Fi products that we sell. We're going to be selling one of these. I'm going to zoom in down here. So I'm just going to copy and paste that in there. Website QR Code Monkey, which is the website I use to create my QR codes. It's free. You can customize the QR codes a little as well, which is quite helpful. I can't say I like this very boring design very much. So this website, I'll show you, allows you to customize the design of the QR code. So you'll see there, I selected these few design elements. You can do a couple of other things. You can add a logo in the middle, which I've done for a few customers. You can do color as well, but of course, engraving won't need color. So you're going to download that as SVG. That's going to do its thing in a moment. So I'm going to jump back in here. The last thing I copied to my clipboard was the password, so the password is going to go in there. So for this design, the text doesn't usually change size. I just increase the leading or tracking even. Just open it up, so it's the same width as the QR code basically. Right, so the Wi-Fi code will have downloaded now, so I'm going to open that from the download section. I'm then going to select the background, delete the background, copy the Wi-Fi code, paste the Wi-Fi code onto that artboard, resize it. I'm sure there's probably a quicker way of doing what I'm doing, so if you know a quicker way of it, please let me know. Going to select that artboard and then go to export. The settings will already be here. The only area I really worry about is up here. This advanced section, I've not had to change anything in the advanced section so far. Like that, so we don't need that. The area that it's going to export is the entire artboard. The artboard is what I had selected, so we're going to export the artboard. We are going to tick export text as curves. Therefore, when we open the file in LightBurn, it's not looking for a specific font and trying to marry up that information. Rather, it's just making a shape, and that shape will be opened in LightBurn. And yeah, that's a lot easier. Raster DPI I always set as 72. Can't honestly remember why I do that now, but it makes the sizing of the product from Affinity Designer. When you import it into LightBurn, it keeps the same width and height, etc. Whereas on occasion, when I've exported it in a larger DPI, the actual image has changed size. I suppose that's going to be obvious to a lot of you, but to me, I've just left it as 72. So I'm going to export that. I'm going to overwrite my QR code download so I don't get confused later on about which ones I have or haven't used. So I'm going to do that. I'm then going to open LightBurn and I'm going to import that QR code. And then I'm going to ungroup everything, click ungroup a number of times just to ungroup it all. Select that border piece, I don't need that. This is all going to be blue. These always do that on the Wi-Fi, so I'm going to ungroup that as well, and then I'm going to merge them all, or weld all shapes together, as LightBurn would phrase it. And that's basically ready. If I've got more than one of these to cut or engrave, I usually just group it so that when I do move it around, it all moves as one rather than if I was to ungroup it again. Trying to show you something that's going wrong horribly. So that, rather than all that happening, I just group it all up. So that's ready. I'm going to pause this video now. And when I'm ready to come back to the laser to engrave it, I'll resume from here. Okay, so we've got the Wi-Fi code loaded, the design's done. We're going to send it through to the machine after we've checked the settings. I always end up checking these just to be sure. So I'm going for birch, I'm going to go 4 mil. The cut is speed 20, power 60%. The engrave, I think that's a light engraving there. But yeah, I would normally just use medium here, so I'm going to assign that to me. I'm just going to slow it down a bit. I find that if I want an engraving slightly like darker than usual, if I just slow the speed down a bit, it usually gives you a better finish. Right, so I'm going to select the graphics. I've always got cut selected graphics set to on. I don't know why. I just like knowing exactly what I'm about to cut, and use selection origin as well. So if I had more drawings or more shapes in this screen, for instance, if you use selection origin, if you turn that off, it just uses everything in the screen as the origin, but will only cut the selected shapes. However, if you use selection origin, it'll only cut what you select, and it'll only set the origin around the items that you've selected as well. So it literally won't cut anything else ever, which is how I like it. It just lets me cut without worrying.